a what would we call it? This is fuel storage for the village that Paddy's Lane yard or railway station services. So the idea is that these tanks come into the yard full, and they empty and fill up these storage tanks, and then fuel oil or diesel or whatever the oil might be is then pumped into that tanker and delivered locally. I moved this, it's a wonderful Scencraft, Backman's Scencraft O-gauge structure. It's probably a little bit new, it's probably 1970s, 80s onwards, but it was at a fantastic price, and I bought it locally here in New Zealand. I liked it, so I bought it. So it's on the layout as a site office for this industry, and probably the coal track, which is this one here. Maybe I might have a separate office, but yeah. So the other, so I don't know what this is. Something's, forgive me, a bit of paper or something. Yeah. All right. The layout needs a little bit of a vacuum. Sorry about that. The jerky cameras. So yeah. So what else? Oh yes. Hopefully before the exhibition, I've got a canopy coming for the platform, and I'm going to make some seats. I'm running out of figures. I actually ended up putting, bought about 20 of them, really cheap from China. Back up on the shelf. Here's the class 122, and yeah, put most of them inside the 122 plus turn 2 into drivers. I wish I'd maybe just left myself another 3 that I could use around the layout. They were all seating ones. I should have bought for the price. At the same time, I should have bought some standing people as well. There's a guy waving there, and I've got 2 here to put on seats for waiting for the train. Okay, so not going to be a lot of other stuff new, as I've just got to get what I've done and started finished, and make sure that the layout is running faultlessly. And what I have done is detailed to a high standard. Hey, just over here on the new module, one thing I do have to do, where I've got the Digitrax panel put through there, I'm just going to make a little low relief office or porter cabin to go in front of there, just to hide that. At the moment I don't have the throttle set up with the wireless module. That with its own power supply is another couple of $100, and then I can have my DT 602 as wireless, which is sitting on my swivel chair at the moment, just there. Then you just run it with batteries, but so yeah, so that's just hooked via a RJ12 lead, which goes under the layout and under this module here to the LocoNet master unit. This is like the unlike the NCE power cab, which the actual hand throttle is the brains of the whole operation. This is the brains of the operation, because I can actually unplug the hand throttle from here and walk over there and plug it in here, and it will still be powered up if it's got batteries in it. But yeah, the trains will still run and operate. It's more like the keyboard for the computer. Alright guys, at this point I'm up to about 14.5 minutes, and so I think this will be delivered in about 3 bite-sized sections. What else? Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, bridge has come along quite nicely. Didn't get that grey road. That may change again, but also in the camera it looks a little bit bluey, which it does have a hinge of, but in with my eyes it actually looks quite grey, but yeah, but happy with the bridge as it is, and added some weeds and some static grass along there. Alright, use plastic card, 2 sheets I think of 0.5, one cut to the same dimensions, and then one I cut out the squares, and then I stuck it onto a just a standard strip and painted and weathered and hit it with some matte clear. I've still got to just paint the strips I've put along the top, and I've done both sides. Have a look there. So next job is I ordered some stone sheeting. I think they're a Slater's product, and hit it with some black, and then I've just dry brushed some concrete colour grey onto it. Yeah, I might just do a little bit more, add some browns and greens, and yeah, just see if I can improve these a little before I hit it with the matte clear. And then what I will then measure and cut all the various pieces, and just be able to cut these out and glue them on with a CA glue, and then if there's any little gaps, use some gap filler and then touch up with a small paintbrush. But yes, so that bridge will be looking good. And the last major thing is the canal. Alright, I have bought myself a bottle of Woodland Scenics, that's the one, simulated water. I realised that the canal was too deep, and I've had to add probably a full tube of a $5 tube of gap filler just to raise the bottom up. Because the bottle actually says the depth of the model, the water shouldn't be more than 13 millimeters basically, and you've got to pour it in like 3 millimeters. If you guys have any other tips about with regards to the Woodland Scenics water, let me know, but that's what it says on the bottle. Just got to add some plastic card. This is simulating a lock. I know that's a bit narrow, but yeah, it's not perfect. I had to fit the height of that side of the canal to a piece of pine strip that ran all the way along the layout for strengthening. And the side's not quite as high, but it's not as noticeable. But yeah, plastic card with a sort of a gap for the gates where they would probably draw across, and that'll be painted. I haven't decided the colour, so that'll be stuck on and detailed before I pour the water. So yeah, for those of you that have seen the photos posted, yes, it was basically just one coat sealing the bottom of that the canal area, to ensure that the model water stays in there while it cures, but it wasn't high enough, so I've actually got more gap filler and covered over the freshly painted detail section, so that have to be repainted. I use brown, and then I dry brush in some ochre and some green, and just give it a murky greeny brown colour. So there'll be a little bit in the top back parts of the lock there, and the rest will be, because I really want the level sort of getting up towards the top there, and not quite level, but just under the level of the side of the canal. Alright, and then in the back, got some lichen, and just up here a tree. I bought a second tree, but clicked the wrong box and got some silly palm tree, which is not going to suit, so that was $9.95 down the drain. So that'll go in there with the lichen. So yeah, just to finish off that corner and sort of disguise the corner there. Alright, so I hope you guys are keen to have seen what I've been doing. But yeah, it's just really a case of just not starting any new big projects, and just detailing and just sort of tidying up and just fixing little scenic details just to ensure that the layout's at a high standard, like that concrete simulated surface may get a repaint. Oh yeah, also, and I had a broken light left over. Sorry, where is it there? The master's broken. No, I shouldn't put it on there. It's not 100% dry, but yeah, I'm trying to think of somewhere on this module I can just have a light, so it might be mounted to the wall, or I might make another post for it. Anyway, watch the space. Yeah, added some cracks to the concrete, and just some weedy areas. Yeah, I may lift that up at this point. So just looking at it through the screen, I'm not sure whether I'm happy with that or not. Yeah, it's trying to simulate where grass and weeds grow through the cracks, or the expansion joints in poured concrete. Anyway, guys, we'll leave you with one more shot of, we'll have the pannier tank, Fast 57XX, pushing some coal wagons into the coal siding. And so I thank you very much for watching, and I'll try and get an update once the canal's seen. Basically, things are pretty darn close to being finished and ready for the exhibition, and we might film a typical switching or shunting sequence that I'll be using at the exhibition. Alright guys, but that may be a week, maybe 2 weeks away. Probably, yeah, 2 to 3 weeks away. Alright, thanks for watching, guys and girls. I really appreciate your support. Like and subscribe, and please don't hesitate to share my videos with other modelers. Alright, all the best, take care.